Welcome back, Falcon Squadron. Today we are taking a look at the weathered Starkiller Lightsaber from Nsabers. Starkiller was trained by none other than Darth Vader, who killed his parents and basically stole him from Kashyyyk. And this is the lightsaber that we actually got to see him build in the video game, which was a really cool scene. Let's take a look at this hilt though. I love it very much, and my favorite thing about it is it has an exposed kyber crystal. We don't get to see that in any other lightsabers at this point, and I think that is one of the coolest features ever. So if we get a little closer look at this hilt here, it actually is very unique but has some similar features to Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. So if we look on the back side here, this protruding section, the kind of LED light section in here, all of that is straight off of Anakin's hilt, which I really love. And then we have a lot of unique features. So again, we have that exposed crystal here. I love this feature. This again is kind of similar to Anakin's, but here Anakin's has kind of like the same LED feature versus this one has just a circular metal piece there. These two protruding prongs are very similar to Anakin's as well, same off of there. But then we have these kind of like bolt sections. The emitter box is completely different and is very sleek. I like this part very much. And here you have a 2-button emitter, so you have your power and auxiliary button. We have those kind of rivets here again as well. And I love the sleekness of the saber. Everything is very minimalistic in a way, just like Starkiller. I love how this comes to kind of a U shape down here at the bottom. And then you have this two-tone color scheme on here. So you have the lighter brushed aluminum with this darker, almost black sections, which I really like. And down here in the hilt where you grab it, you have kind of like the wiper blades on Anakin's, but these are made of metal and are further apart. And then the pummel cap is really cool, and I think this is really neat. You have this kind of almost like a cogwheel section on here. I really think that is a gorgeous little feature on there. Let's go ahead and power it on so you can see the kyber crystal lit up. How beautiful is that? This is my favorite feature of this lightsaber. It's just so awesome seeing literally the heart of a lightsaber just exposed to see. If you get a closer look at this section too, you will see this gold encasement of the crystal. And I think this is very unique and it reminds me of machines in a way. I feel like it should be like moving. I wish it like rotated around. How cool would that be? Let's go ahead and get our lightsaber blade inserted and check out the Starkiller sound font and some of the other features that are in the lightsaber. We're going to be using the ForcePark V2 app to control the saber today and access all of its features. And this app works with any of the Neopixels with the SN-V4 Pro card inside. So let's go ahead and power it on and take a look at that. This thing's really cool. Again, we have that kyber crystal lit up, and if we go to the reverse side, you'll see the section in here. You will see a little bit of that light coming out of there, which I think is a really neat feature. So the first thing we're gonna do is actually go over to the data modify section and come here to light length to make sure that the saber is the correct blade length on here so we see all the features. So power it on, and here you can lower the number until you see the tip of it kind of get dark like that, and then you're just gonna pop it up until all of it is lit up so you see all of those effects. Now that you have your blade length set, there are a few different ways to power this on. You can use the app and hit power on there. You can also use the top button, which will be your ignition, or my favorite way is your saber will have gesture control, so you can just twist it to turn it on. So if you're out and about, that is by far my favorite way to ignite the saber. Let's go ahead and go into the app though and check out all of the features. So we'll go ahead and power it on here. We will have our blaster effect, and again, this is right now on the Starkiller sound font. And you can see the blaster effect moving across the blade. You'll have your lockup effect, like if two sabers were clashing together. Your clash. Your force effect. That one's really cool. I love that one. You have background music on here as well. Your melt effect, which will take place in the center of the blade there. Your stab. And then we adjusted that blade length for this feature specifically, which is the drag effect, which will be down here at the very tip of the blade. So that's like if you were dragging it across the wall or on the ground or anything like that. And then your swing, if you want to listen to that. And all of these sabers will have smooth swing. So if you're doing any spinning with them, you'll have that swing effect on there, your motion. So that smooth swing is a very beautiful feature, and to me is what makes these Neopixel lightsabers really stand out, because you feel like you are wielding a legit lightsaber. Within the app, you will also be able to switch a blade colors, so you can cycle through all of those. And if you want to do that while you have the saber on and you're not using the app, you can just tilt it down and twist with the auxiliary button. And you can cycle through all of your colors that way. So that's a really neat way to get into your colors while you're out and about. Let's go ahead and cycle through the sound fonts so you can see which ones will be included outside of the Starkiller. Check out our blaster, lockup, flash. The force one on that is my favorite. I love how Cal calls out for a stem from BD. Let's check out our melt, our stab, and drag. And we'll listen to that swing. Cycle through a couple other ones. Yoda. That drag. All right, that might be the best drag sound ever.
Tell me, is this straight in? My great boss, the Windu.
Got Mace Windu on here. That purple blade, so pretty. Really neat blaster.
I'm going to end this once and for all.
All right, that was cool too. That is right up there with Cal's. That melt is really nice. Stab and drag. So as you can see, you will have a ton of different sound fonts to choose from. We can also scroll down and change the blade effect. So this is going to be what the blade looks like. So right now it was a solid color on it. So let's see what else we have.
Blade stable.
So we have kind of a flashing one there.
Pulse.
Pulsing.
Blade rainbow.
Rainbow, so pretty.
Blade infinite.
This is one of my favorites. I just love how it goes through the different gradient colors on there. So what I really love about the Force app that you couldn't do before is cycling through these blade effects so easily. And you can put these with any character font. So if there's a character font you really enjoy, like you like the different effects on the mace, but you like a different blade effect, you can come in and just tweak those little things much more easily. Another cool feature is switching the boot effect of the lightsaber. So just like you can customize what the blade looks like when it's turned on, you can change what it looks like when you are actually igniting the saber. So let's go ahead and check out a couple of these.
Hunter ignition.
So here's our Hunter ignition. Very neat on there.
Molten ignition.
So this is a molten ignition. I was not expecting that at all. That was pretty cool. Let's check out one other one on here.
Machine ignition.
Machine. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh boy. That one's really cool. It's kind of like the alert alarm that's on the ships, and that was a really neat blade effect. So many different ways to customize your Neopixel lightsaber. If we go back here to the main menu, you'll have that data modify section that we went in to adjust the length of the blade. You can also come here to color palette, and this is really cool because previously on the Neopixel sabers, you couldn't like adjust the in-between colors. That would only be available on the Profis. So if you come in here to the color palette, you can actually grab all those colors. So if you want a pink blade, you can 100% do that. If you want a nice like in-between blue, if you want a lime green, you can go ahead and get that going. So many different color options are now available through the app. And that, you all, is the Starkiller Lightsaber. I am completely in love with this thing. I mean, that exposed kyber crystal completely sold me on it. And if you love it as well, don't forget to drop by Nsabers.com and use our code Falcon15 or Falcon at checkout to save on your purchase. If you want to check out another one of our Nsabers reviews, check out our Anakin Skywalker review, my favorite lightsaber, and I will see you guys there.